Good morning. We are just moments away from the start of the first set of trials for the Junior World Championships. The first event is the men's pair, and that is slated to start at 7:15, and the boats are up in the stake boats, and we should have a start in just a couple minutes. 7:15 start for the men's junior pairs. And we are just under 2 minutes away from the start of the men's junior pair. The referees on the starting platform. It is a beautiful morning at Mercer County Park. Swinging around here, we'll see the first competitors for the Junior World Championship trials. Closest to us is Long Beach. Next to them is Long Island, then St. Louis, and then Jacksonville Episcopal in the black boat furthest away from the camera launch. Looks like everybody's getting ready for the start. And they're off. Men's pair is underway. Still in the red buoys for the next few strokes. That is the breakage zone. Once the buoys go from red to yellow, we have an official start. And we're just a stroke or two away from that. We have an official start in the men's pair. Closest to us, the Long Beach crew, Alan Ritz and Luke Quarry, both junior national team veterans. Alan was in 2012, 2013, and Quarry was in 2013. They finished 6th in the junior men's pair at the World Championships. And Alan finished 12th in the 4 at the 2012. But they are immediately falling way behind. The lead crew right now is Jacksonville Episcopal, and they have open water on the field. Next to them is St. Louis, but it is Jacksonville Episcopal who is running away with this at the 500-meter mark. Rowing very nicely in a pair, which is a very difficult boat to row. We have great conditions this morning, so they are taking full advantage of it. Going back, that is St. Louis, currently in second place, a little bit open water back. Next are our two national team veterans. And then in fourth place is Long Island. Panning back up to this Long Beach duo, about a boat length behind the boat from St. Louis, which is about a boat length, little less than a boat length behind the Jacksonville Episcopal. So Jacksonville Episcopal, the first 1,000 meters, making a real statement. The St. Louis crew trying to get back into them, and it's bow on stern, a little bit of overlap, and then a little bit of open, back and forth. You can see the buoy line across is the best indicator of where they are in relation to each other. So we get close to the 1,000-meter mark. It's still Jacksonville Episcopal out in front through the 1,000, followed by St. Louis. St. Louis making a push here at the 1,000, moving up a little bit, and they are making a very strong move, again using the buoy lines as an indicator. Sorry, that is Long Beach. Long Beach, we've panned back. Long Beach making a big move on the crew from St. Louis. St. Louis getting up into the boat from Jacksonville. This Long Beach crew, we'll see, they've been very patient back there. Maybe patient, maybe behind. Hard to tell. Jacksonville, sensing the threats from these two crews, has now moved out a little bit. And now it's just barely bow over stern over St. Louis. Long Beach coming up now, just passing St. Louis now. And Jacksonville not able to withstand the blistering attack by Long Beach. Long Beach showing that veteran experience. Now we had to switch to the finish camera. And it is between Jacksonville and Long Beach. Long Beach now apparently a little bit ahead of Jacksonville. We will see how this plays out. From this angle, it's really hard to tell what's going on, but it is a battle of the outside lanes. St. Louis in the white, right in the middle of the screen, looking pretty strong there, but they have faded back. Long Beach on the outside to the right. They sat back the first 1,000 meters. At 1,000 meters, they made big pushes and really put the hammer down, coming through the crew from St. Louis and then coming up and challenging the Jacksonville Episcopal crew. Right now, hard to say. I would give it to that Long Beach crew on the outside right now. That experience that those two athletes have had from Long Beach paying off here, having confidence in their race plan, making a massive move through the third 500, and pretty much putting everybody away. Jacksonville Episcopal had a fantastic start, but now they look like they are in third place behind St. Louis, but it is Long Beach who's out in front. We have about 5 strokes to the line, and this Long Beach crew across the line, St. Louis second, Episcopal third, and Long Island coming in fourth. So this is the best 2 out of 3. So these athletes, minus the fourth place crew, will race again this evening at 6 o'clock. And so we will see them all again this evening. Next race up is the junior men's single. And we'll bring that to you as soon as our camera boat is in position. The men's single is underway. Our camera boat is getting into position. When they are in position and have a good shot, we'll go to them. It's a 3-boat race. Closest to the camera boat will be from Cascadilla, Mr. Ellis. From the junior men's sculling camp, Mr. Formosa Muros. And also from the junior men's sculling camp is Mr. Davison. Mr. Davison won 2 gold medals in the single sculls, quadruple sculls for Seattle Rowing Center at the 2014 U.S. Rowing Junior National Championships. And he's already earned a spot on the 2014 U23 team in the men's singles. He also finished 6th in the men's quad at the 2013 Junior World Rowing Championships. So he's got a lot of experience under his belt, racing a level up at the U23s already. And one of his competitors is Hector Formosa Muras, and he finished 4th in the men's lightweight double sculls at the Youth Nationals this past June. So closest to the camera is Mr. Ellis. In the middle of these 2 boats is Mr. Formosa Muras. And on the far side is Mr. Davison. And Mr. Davison right now has open water on the field. His closest competitor is Mr. Ellis, with Mr. Formosa Muras in 3rd place. Again, this is a 3-boat race. This is a best 2 out of 3 series. So these competitors will race again this evening. The top 2 finishers, I believe, will race again this evening. Mr. Davison rowing very nicely. Mr. Ellis from Cascadilla. They are getting very close to the 1,000-meter mark. And the lightweight in this competition, Mr. Formosa Miras. Not sure if he's a lightweight right now, but he certainly was about a month ago when he was competing at the Youth Nationals. Mr. Davison coming to the 1,000-meter mark right there, through the 1,000-meter mark with a very comfortable lead. Very talented sculler. Rowing for Seattle Rowing Center, obviously out of Seattle. A program that focuses on sculling from little kids with size-specific boats up to adults. Mr. Davison just pushing everybody back. As you can see, his competitors slipping further and further back. Mr. Ellis rowing a much lower rate than Mr. Davison. Going to the finish tower camera, we reverse the perspective. Sorry about that. And so now Mr. Davison is going to be closest to us. And even from this view from the top of the finish tower, just over 500 meters away, you can see that Mr. Davison on the left in the center of the screen is doing a very nice job. So Mr. Davison out in front, comfortable lead, many boats of open water over his competitors. He just really is dominant in this event. Was last year, is this year. Again, we'll be racing up, as they say, in the under-23s, but he's still eligible for the junior championships, obviously, and we'll be racing at the Junior Worlds also if he wins here and then wins again this evening. There are less than 250 meters to go. Mr. Davison with about 10 strokes to go and many boat lengths over his nearest competitor, doing a very nice job this morning. Now, this is the first final. If you think this is the second final, we had weather delays last night. Mr. Davison across the line. And so this is actually the first final. So tonight will be the second final. It's a best 2 out of 3 competition. Mr. Ellis from Cascadilla across the line. And Mr. Formosa Miras. Next event is the women's junior single, and we will bring that to you as soon as our camera launch gets into position. And the junior women's single is a 2-boat race, and we'll bring that to you as soon as we can. Second race of the day is underway. I'm sorry, third race. It is the women's single. And in lane 2, which is closest to the camera, is Miss Ognovic. And then in lane 3 is Miss Sherris. And out front is Miss Sherris, and she has won 2 gold medals in the single sculls and quadruple sculls for Y Quad Cities at the 2014 Youth National Championships. If she wins, this would be her 3rd consecutive year on the junior national team. She also won a silver medal in the Junior Women's Quad at 2000 World Rowing Championships. And she finished 2nd in the quad at the 2012 World Rowing Championships. So quite an experienced sculler. And Kate Ognovic, and she represented the U.S. at the 2013 Canamex Regatta. There's quite a difference between these two scullers. But Miss Ognovic is no slouch. Again, she represented the U.S. at the 2013 Canamex Regatta. It's just that Miss Sherris is quite impressive and is out front early. They're about 750 meters into the race. Panning back up to our leader. Miss Sherris is getting close to the 1,000-meter mark. Actually, is through the 1,000-meter mark. Oh, sorry, there it is, right there. 1,000 meters down with bunch of boat lengths over Miss Ognovic. Currently rowing for the junior selection camp, but rowing out of Y Quad Cities. A lot of successful crews coming out of that Y Quad Cities program. I don't know all their backgrounds, but arguably Miss Sherris here is their most successful athlete. Nice program, nice boathouse on a big wild river that they row on. Not an easy place to row, but obviously they're able to do it and turn out great athletes. The perspective is reversed from the finish tower, and Miss Sherris is closer to us now. You can see she has quite a lead, very comfortable lead. But again, this is the best 2 out of 3 series, so these 2 athletes will race again this evening. Again, this is the first final. Due to weather delays, this is the first final of this regatta. It's a best 2 out of 3 for all of these athletes. beautiful morning here at Mercer County Park in central New Jersey. Great morning for racing, a little bit of a tailwind coming down the course, but as you can see, the water is fantastic. It's a little more protected up at the top end, but as you can see, it's just not a big deal at all with the little bit of a breeze that is blowing. The second race is slated for 6 o'clock this evening, and we'll be back broadcasting the second race, and then the third race, if necessary, would be tomorrow morning. With less than 250 meters to go, Ms. Sherris with a commanding lead over her nearest competitor. This is only a two-boat race. Oh, taking it up, going for a sprint. Sherris winding it up as she gets close to the line. And she's over. With just a couple strokes to the line, it's Miss Ognovich, and she is over. The next race up is the women's junior double, and we'll bring that to you as soon as our camera launch gets into position. And that is going to be a four-boat race. Races are starting every 8 minutes this morning, so we will pick up as much of the race as we can, but we usually pick it up at about 500 meters into the race. Already 500 meters into this race is the women's double. Closest to the camera is the U.S. Junior Women's National Team Sculling Camp B boat. Next is Maritime. Then leading right now is SRA Y-Quad Cities. And then on the far side is the U.S. Junior Women's National Team Sculling Camp B. I'm sorry, A. That is the A boat on the far side. So right now it looks like we have Maritime in the pink in lane 2, and then the SRA Y-Quad Cities in the lead by about a half a boat length. This Maritime boat is Claire and Mary Campbell. They're the sisters of Andrew Campbell, who has qualified for the under-23 and senior world championships in the men's lightweight single. Quite a family. And Claire and Mary finished first and second respectively in the youth women's single at the 2013 Head of the Charles. And they won the Youth Nationals, rowing for New Canaan. But out and that is the Camp A boat on the far side. This is the Camp B boat closest to us. Panning back up to our leaders. Now it is a battle between the composite boat of Y Quad Cities and SRA, and they look to have overtaken the Maritime looks to have overtaken, that's the Campbell sisters. Oh, but now it's back and forth. Oh, this is quite a battle between these two. SRA, Y Quad Cities, and Maritime duking it out in the women's double. Closest to us is Maritime, which is the Campbell sisters. On the far side is the SRA Y Quad Cities with Carolyn Sherris, who you just saw her sister race, and Adrian Blauski. I'm sorry if I butchered your name, I really apologize. But it is now the Campbell sisters rowing for Maritime who have half a deck length lead. As we're getting close to the 500-meter mark, this is a battle. 500 meters to go, and we are going to switch to the finish tower. So it is the two boats in the middle of the course. Again, reverse perspective now. It is Y Quad Cities that is closest to us, and Maritime in the pink on the right. Maritime looks to have a little bit of a lead, but it is hard to tell from here. Wow, what a great race. The Y Quad Cities boat out front early, but Maritime through that middle 1,000, eating into that lead, coming up even. And now I cannot tell who is ahead. If anything at this point, I would give it to Y Quad Cities, but it's going to come down to the sprint. Y Quad Cities with just a little bit of an advantage. Not much, maybe a half a deck. Y Quad Cities now taking a little bit more. The camera shows that they're moving like crazy, but that's just perspective. So across the line, it's the Y Quad Cities boat, Maritime in second. Training Camp A, and with just a few strokes to go will be Training Camp B. So this evening the top three boats will race again, and that's going to be an exciting battle. The next race up is also a four-boat race, is the Junior Men's Double. And we will go to that as soon as we can, as soon as we get a picture from the camera launch. Right now we have the referee calling the time into the finish tower. And we'll bring the Junior Men's Double to you as soon as we can get a picture. The race is underway. When we go to the camera launch, the boat closest to the camera launch will be Maritime, then Unaffiliated, then the Men's Junior Sculling Camp, and then LIRC and RHS combo boat. Just past the 750-meter mark, we have out in front, it appears, lane 3, which would be the Junior Men's Sculling Camp. And that is Galen Bernick and Daniel Hold. Followed by lane 2, which is Unaffiliated, and that is Gavin Sebald and Colt DeWolf. On the far side is the composite boat of Treb Rug and Grant Jennart from Long Island and Rye High School. But clearly out in front here is lane 3, which is the Junior Men's Sculling Camp. Bernick and Hold.
About 3 lengths above.
Second place, a couple boat lengths of open water back, and then further back is lane 4, the Long Island and Rye, and closest to us is the Maritime double. Out in front, getting close to the 500-meter mark, and going to our finish camera. Galen Bernick and Daniel Hold.
Is this the last race coming down?
And our leading boat from the men's U.S. Rowing Junior Sculling Camp is Galen Bernick, and he finished 4th in the men's single at Youth Nationals. And Daniel Hold finished 4th in the C final at the Youth Nationals. And together they're making a fine double with several boat lengths lead over the rest of the field here in the Junior Championships, or Junior Nationals World Championship trials. This evening they have to do this again. This is the best 2 out of 3 series. So tonight at 6 o'clock, starting then with the same race program. Everybody will do this again, except if there's a 4-boat race, the 3rd boat or the 4th boat will be dropped out. It'll be 3 boats only. So coming to the line, it is our boat from the Junior Sculling Camp. So that is the finish of the men's double. Top 3 boats will be racing again this evening. The next race up is going to be the women's pair. Next race up is the women's pair, and we'll go to that as soon as we can. Again, it's a 4-boat race. Lane 1, which will be closest to the camera boat, will be PNRA Mercer. Lane 2 is the U.S. Junior Women's Boat A. Lane 3, San Diego Rowing Club A. Lane 4, U.S. Junior Women B. Looks like they're all in the starting blocks, and it looks like we have a start. So again, closest to the camera boat will be PNRA Mercer. And that's Kate Hickey and Rena White. And they were members of the gold medal winning Mercer U17 Women's 8 at the 2013 Club National Championships. And they were members of the Women's 4 with that took a silver at the 2013 Canadian Henley Regatta. So a very experienced pair. In the Junior Women's Camp A boat, Meg Galloway, one member of that boat, was on the 2013 Junior National Team and finished 5th in the Women's 8 at the Junior Worlds last year. So early going, reports are that Lane 2 is just ahead of Lane 3, so that's the Junior Women's Camp boat just ahead of the San Diego boat. And San Diego boat, Marissa Gibson and Mariko Kelly. So it's the Junior Camp boat just over the boat from San Diego. They are, I think, almost 750 meters into this race. They're definitely past the 500. And it's the Junior Camp boat. That is moving away from the rest of the field. Wearing the dark unis, dark blades, dark boat. Rowing very nicely out in front. That's San Diego Rowing Club coming across the country to race, Ms. Gibson and Kelly. PNRA Mercer closest to us. And then on the far side is Junior Camp B boat. Mercer in third and the Camp B boat in fourth. But clearly out in front now, as they get very close to the 1,000-meter mark, it is the Junior Camp A boat. So 1,000 meters in, Junior Women's Camp A boat with a couple boat lengths lead over San Diego. And then PNRA Mercer and Junior Women's Camp B boat bringing up the rear. Doing a nice job in the pair, taking advantage of this great water we have this morning. Little bit of a tailwind helping push them down the course. San Diego Rowing Club and now Mercer, having dropped the B Camp boat, is now moving up on that San Diego boat a little bit, rowing on their home course here. They know the landmarks, they know the buoys. But this is kind of a winner-takes-all event. Again, still 2 out of 3, but there are no medals for second place, unfortunately. This is a trials event. These top 3 boats will race again this evening. And if the same boat wins, they can name themselves to the team. San Diego Rowing Club here. PNRA Mercer, closest to us, with the B boat from the Junior Camp on the far side. Just gonna bring them down. You can see the distance between all the crews in that last pan, and now we have our leader comfortably out in front, rowing very nicely with about 400 meters to go. Nice study in how to row a pair. Very difficult boat to row, but when it gets going nicely, it's a whole lot of fun. Entering into the red buoys, which signify 250 meters to go. Pick them up. Okay. See this PNRA Mercer trying to make a race of it here with this San Diego boat. You know, even if you're in second place, you race, you race, you race, you race, and that's exactly what they're doing. Good for them. But we are going to go to our leaders now. And there they are. Junior Camp boat doing a nice job getting close to the line. And they are across. The PNRA is making a battle of it. It's awesome. with the San Diego boat. It looks like San Diego's going to take them right at the line. And then the Camp B boat across the line. So, 6 o'clock this evening, we will see you back here for Final 2. Final 2, best 2 out of 3 for the World Junior Championship Trials.